This session will explain how Nexis Uni determines the validity of primary law information. Primary law is the law itself created by Congress, executive agencies, or through the court system. When working with statutes, regulations, or court cases, you want to know that the information found is still valid. For example, has a statute or regulation been repealed, or has a court case been overruled by a higher court? To determine validity, Nexis Uni has Shepard citations. Originally, this was a print publication available to all, but now it is a proprietary item found only on platforms from Nexis, including Nexis Uni. Since Thomson Reuters Westlaw could no longer use Shepard's, they developed their own citation service called KeyCite. Typically, Shepard's and KeyCites carry the same published sources, but they will vary on which unpublished sources they cover. Published sources are those included in the official reporters and considered likely to be used as precedent. Nexis Uni provides Shepard citations for all the cases carried by them, also for the United States Code Service, each state's statutes, and the Code of Federal Regulations. If you know the citation of a case, statute, or regulation, you can use the start box typing SHEP : followed by the citation. So if I'm looking for a court case, and I'm going to use a citation from the United States reports, notice up at the very top, there's my case, and notice it's got a red symbol, and it says negative treatment is indicated. So if I click on that, so over to the right side, I have various symbols, including a warning here, questioned, caution, and some other types. If I do Shepardize this document, notice that on the left side, it tells me all those in more detail. And if I click on any of those, I can get to the cases that question the validity, for example. Similarly, I can do the same thing with a United States Code item, which would be a legal statute. And again, if I click up here, notice it says pending legislation, and it also says, should I Shepardize this document, which will give me that screen that I just saw, which shows me that some items have declared this unconstitutional, others have said it was unconstitutional in part and invalid by another item. Similarly, I can do a regulation . And again, I have this narrower information to the side. And notice it also shows which courts have dealt with that particular regulation. Notice as we look down that the publication status referred to related to this shows many more unreported cases than reported cases. The other way I can get to this same information is going back to legal and deciding what I want to do if I'm doing cases. And I can put in my case name. And I pulled up the case here. And again, I have my information here on the right side, and I can see the top citing reference. And it gives me the information why there's a yellow triangle there. And then if I Shepardize this document, it will pull up that information on the left side. I could also do this by a topic. So if I want to go back to cases and I want to put in domestic violence, there we're seeing various cases. I can go to the courts and determine which court I want to work with. And I'm going to look at the Supreme Court. And there's the case we were just looking at but previously.